So we got there, and the first thing my teenage hormoned eyes saw was this cute Asian girl. I was basically already planning out our wedding day because she was for sure gonna be my wifey now. Yeah. Dating can be a really complicated topic, especially when you're growing up. Hey yo, what's up fam? It's your boy Jordan, and first of all, I want to thank y'all because we finally hit 300 subscribers. Thank you so much guys. I know it doesn't seem like a big number, but hitting this number really seemed unachievable to me about a year ago. So if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell as well so you're notified as soon as I post a video. Let's get into it.
Don't want to feel you, don't want you on my mind. Don't want to feel you, don't want you on my mind. Don't want to feel you, don't want you on my mind.
This is a story of the first time I ever went on a date. So to first give you guys some context, this story happened around 6 years ago. This was back when I was still studying electrical engineering. It was our last year and one of our classmates suggested that we should all spend the weekend together, like at a vacation home. This was like to say goodbye before everybody moved on with their lives. So we actually went to the same place where I spent my birthday this year, Bandabo, the beautiful countryside of Curacao. It is filled with beautiful trees and beaches. So we all packed our stuff, rented a bus, and drove there. And I think it was around day number 2, and we had all decided to go to the beach. So we got there, and the first thing my teenage hormoned eyes saw was this cute Asian girl. So obviously I already went straight into hunting mode. Like I already started strategizing like how I would approach her. So after unpacking all our stuff, one of the boys wanted to play some volleyball, but sadly we didn't have enough players, and I saw that as my chance to shoot my shot. So I went over all smooth and shit. Probably not, but you get the point. Hey girl, what's up? I'm Jordan, and we actually wanted to play some volleyball, but we're missing a few players and we're wondering if you guys wanted to join us. And she said yes. So after about an hour of playing, I went up to her, and honestly I don't remember how, but I managed to get her Facebook name. Mind you, this was the first time I ever fixed a girl's contact info. So I was basically already planning out our wedding day because she was for sure gonna be my wifey now. Yeah. So I got home on Monday and I sent her a message. We were texting back and forth, and she invited me to hang out with them like on a Saturday because they were planning a barbecue. Perfect, right? Side note, this is where everything started to go downhill. You'll find out soon why. So the day after, me being so impatient couldn't wait till Saturday. So I asked her if she wanted to go to the beach like on Wednesday, and she said yes. Mind you, I was pretty nervous because like I never went on a date before. So she actually told me to meet her around a parking lot right next to her place. Wednesday rolls around and I got there around the time we planned the date. Another quick side note, back then I was driving this really old car. It had no AC, and also the passenger window didn't roll down. So just like my first kiss video, I was nervous and sweating. So anyway, about 15 minutes went by and she didn't show up yet. So I already started panicking internally. I also didn't have any internet connection, so after about 20 minutes, I decided to drive away to get some Wi-Fi, like at a friend's house who coincidentally lived nearby. I got there, checked my messages, nothing. I went back to the parking lot to see if she showed up, nothing. I drove again to my friend's house, and this time I finally got a message. And she said that she was sorry because she had to go to work or something, so she couldn't make it, but that she'll meet me anyway at the parking lot because she knew I didn't have internet connection. So I went back again to the parking lot, and yes, you guessed it, nothing. After about 10 minutes, I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna go home. So I was actually driving home and I saw her walking. I stopped, got in my car, and started talking to her. Looking back, I remember like she was pretty surprised when she saw me. Mind you, nervousness, sweating, and anxious. So then she told me that she'll message me later or something, and that entire day I didn't get one single message from this girl. So the next day I sent her a message to see if she wanted to hang out on Friday, and this time we planned to meet up like at a beach. Friday rolls by, I drove to the beach and waited. I also made sure I had internet connection this time. 15 minutes went by and again, no shawty. 30 minutes went by, no shawty. An hour went by, my G, and no shawty. And I didn't get a message either. And something in the back of my mind was telling me, broski, you're gonna be stood up. 2 whole hours I waited and she didn't show up. So then I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna go home. I got home and saw that she sent me a message. I opened the message and this is exactly how the conversation went down. Hey Jordan, I'm sorry I couldn't make it because there was this big fight between my roommates and blah 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 blah. So anyway, me being the big simp I was back then, I forgave her and asked if we were still on for Saturday. Then she came up with this story that it kinda cancelled because one of her friends does not eat meat or something. And it actually was at that moment that I knew that I was being curved. Yeah. The amount of simping I've displayed in this story was simply disturbing. I was actually this close to not finishing it, but I know there is somebody out there that will benefit from hearing this story. There's a lot of mistakes I've made and let's break them all down. Mistake number 1, I should have relied on the date I already had planned on Saturday. I shouldn't have tried to move it like earlier because it shows a lack of impatience, which is a turnoff. Mistake number 2 was that I wasn't confident when I saw her. I was anxious, I was nervous, I was sweating, so that energy probably came over. And girls are like really good at feeling energy, so that was for sure a turnoff. And the third mistake was that I kept on chasing her. I tried to move the date like earlier, didn't work out. I tried to move it like on a Thursday, didn't work out. And then again I tried to like confirm like on the Saturday day, while she was giving off a lot of signs that actually I should have stopped like trying to date her. Moral of the story, always keep your expectations low when you're going out on a first date, because you never know what you're gonna run into. Maybe she won't like you, maybe you won't like her, maybe you both won't like each other. So why put all that pressure on yourself to meet up to an expectation that doesn't even exist? So I'd rather go out thinking I'm gonna have a good time and see what happens instead of like constantly pressuring myself. So yeah. If you feel like the story has helped you, please share with a friend. And if you ever had a similar experience, please leave it in the comment section down below. So before you go to the next video, please hit that subscribe button and notification bell as well. Stay positive guys, and I'll see you next time.
How much time do we got for this? 140. Effort percentage you put in this? 140. What is the one thing that we detest? Music, the porta potty, with no structure like Kawasaki, but true hip hop came back like doggy.